Man, my biggest issue with the whole thing is how quick people are to turn their back on somebody. You know what I'm saying? And think they're quickly turning their back on us when their track record shows, like extremely shows otherwise.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's been going to bat with us for the past decade or so. You know what I'm saying? If I'm even underselling what he's been doing for us. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna say a decade or so.
It's been about 2 decades, to be honest.
It really has been. It really has
yeah.
been. But let's just say a decade for the people who have been, who've been looking at him sideways. You know, the things that he's done in the last 5 years, release Ferguson protesters from jail, put $100,000, a few $100,000 into that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sending kids through college, giving Nipsey's kids, what was it, $1 million?
$1
and we already know what Nipsey was about, you know?
Right.
And this is just like a small portion of the things that he's been doing.
Him and his wife doing projects in Africa. It's
him and his wife doing, if we're going before this decade, we talking about the water project in Africa.
The water project in Africa.
So what would make us think, like out the gate, that
he's a sellout?
Yeah, that he's doing something like that. We always say that the best way to make change is from the inside. I've heard that. I've heard that so many times, and then now somebody's on the inside. This nigga's a sellout.
Right. I feel like half of the people that's judging him negatively don't really know what's going on.
They don't understand the situation at all.
Don't even understand it at all. And they just want to, they're just a part of this culture now where we judge everything that happens. That's what the court of public opinion, Twitter, all of that shit, whenever something happens, everybody take to their phones and give their opinion on it and just based off of very minimal facts, right? Half of them are doing that. Then you got the other half that believes, like a D.L. Hughley or somebody like that. He believes that the best way is to stay with your own. The best way to do anything is to stay with your own and support your own. So I didn't agree with everything D.L. Hughley said, but I
didn't know everything. I didn't see that, so you have to break it down to me.
He said, basically the part that I took from it that I was like, you know what, you fucking right. And this is the problem. People don't even think about it this way. The NFL became a problem, right? You go back to the initial issue. Colin Kaepernick kneeled, didn't want him to protest, can't speak your mind here. People don't agree if that should happen or not, right? So whether you agree with that or not, the reaction to it is what I started to have a problem with. The reaction the NFL had and the way they dealt with it is what I had a problem. So that's what made me look at the NFL like, yo, what the fuck is going on? You treat niggas this way, you do this, that, and the third, that shit ain't right. Even though I still watch football to this day. I do a fucking fantasy football podcast. I'm not lying to nobody about nothing. But I still feel certain ways about things, but whatever. That's the problem with the NFL. People want that to change. So we isolated. We saw what happened with Colin Kaepernick, and now people want it to change, right? Soon as somebody does something, you immediately take NFL off the table. Nobody's talking about the NFL right now. Everybody's talking about Jay-Z. Everybody is looking at Jay-Z. Are you doing the right thing? Are you out for yourself? Are you trying to make some money? Are you going to do the right thing? Are you cooning up? They bought you out? Yeah. Why are we talking so much about Jay-Z as opposed to what needs to happen with the NFL still? This is a part of the plan. This is the reason why D.L. Hughley don't agree with it is because it sounds or looks like things that slave owners used to do or old white people used to do back in the day. You got a problem with a group of black people, you take one of those black people, you raise them up, make them popular, you create dissidents within the community, and it all falls apart because as long as they're not together, they can't do anything.
Dark Knight.
And you know what? I would agree with DL if it had been somebody like, shit, I don't know, Steve Harvey or something.
I knew you was going to say Steve. I knew you was going to say Steve Harvey.
That makes a lot of sense.
What's wrong with Steve Harvey?
Steve Harvey, man.
I was put on to the fact that he really been out here coonificating the whole.
Right.
I just made up a word, my nigga. Coonification.
Look. I want to do a whole episode on Steve Harvey. So I don't want to get too deep into it, but we need to have a coonification episode.
Facts.
One, I don't trust his mustache.
Get this nigga's mustache the fuck up out. That nigga really got the Mario and Luigi mustache out this bitch, bro.
He got the Ron Jeremy old school porn star mustache.
It been working for him though.
I can't take you serious with that, bro.
That nigga really look like Mr. Potato Head, bro.
Yo, he hates those jokes so
So you
much.
so you saying that mustache not real? He just got
He
a
might
line
be
of
able to pluck that bitch off real quick, nigga. He might have feet up under his chin.
His daughter cute though.
Oh, no, she fine.
I'm not going there.
She grown. I'm talking about this. She grown as fuck.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not at liberty.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm married. I'm just saying. Hey,
I mean, you
moving
can
on.
speak
Your
on
wife
that
not
shit.
your wife not sitting right here recording.
I mean, you can definitely speak on it. I don't give two shits.
She upstairs.
I have a question though. You think they're really gonna make Jay-Z an owner when there's never been a black owner?
That's not
I
even
think
in
they
the, that's
would.
not even in the cards right now though. That's not what he's trying to do.
I mean, I
That's- it's
understand, but I'm
been-
just saying. You
speaking
think
of-
like down the line?
You talking about of a team?
Yeah, of a team.
If you got the money, like
I'm
people
sure
are
there's
looking at
plenty of-
money
Think about it,
billionaires,
man. This
black
nigga
people
is
out
the
there.
first official billionaire in hip hop.
with his wife. Let's just throw that in there together.
Well, this is
Separate.
this is without his. This is without
when?
her added money. This is without.
no,
Since when?
that's together.
Since when?
It's not together.
It
It's
is
not.
together.
He ain't made that much. damn
No,
money
he
rapping.
ain't.
Nigga,
Together,
we got
they're
Google.
worth a
We
billion.
talking about
Separate,
26
they're not.
years.
Nigga, we
Bro,
got Google.
I would say
let's
pull
use
up
Google.
because I'm
Let's
telling
use
you
Google.
right now, he's
I
doing
know
a billion.
Go ahead and
dollars.
Max Kellerman this shit right now with the
With
Google.
Beyonce.
With the
It's
Google.
a fact. Beyonce's
net
making way more
revenue
money
is
than
everything that's under his name.
I think he got
So
a lot
Ness
of
is
shit
right.
going on.
He made the billions list without.
Ness is wrong.
This is without.
You
This is
was
without
wrong
Beyonce.
Now too, like
This
y'all
is
both
without
wrong.
because they were billionaires together years ago.
Yeah.
This is him being a billionaire.
I'm looking.
What does it say?
It don't say nothing about Beyonce. I tell you that.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all niggas.
What's his net worth alone?
It says
His
1
net
billion.
worth is 1
His
billion.
net worth is 1 billion. That
Them niggas
includes
been-
assets and
Listen,
They don't. That's the
trying to
only
tell-
way Forbes calculate your net worth. It's by solo, and if they did it together, Forbes would have been like, okay, power couple, blah 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 blah.
They did that. They did.
they did
They
do
been
them
did that.
together.
But that was like 2009. Them niggas was
Right.
billionaires.
yeah,
This
that
is
was 2010.
Jay-Z. This is Jay-Z's worth. He's a
Because
billionaire by himself right now.
he owns Rock Nation, the little athletic.
Right.
sport
Mm.
agency.
I forgot about
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
his revenue is
Never purchased
diverse.
Yeah, his portfolio off the chain. That nigga got some shit. So I believe him. I don't think it got nothing to do with her. So it's right. Everything I'm saying right here. Everything I'm saying right here is like in 1999 he had 204 million.
Right.
I think around 2010 that's when he had 500 million. And since then,
And that's what I said. That's what I
Yeah.
just said. In 2009 is when him and Beyonce was collectively billionaires.
yeah.
Right
So,
now,
10
a
years
decade
from
later,
that,
it. God damn.
make
That's
a billion while you
That's because
want.
women love. That's because women love believing they just make us better.
Well, first off, we do.
I mean, they do.
We do.
They do. They do. But
You can
They
kiss
do.
my black ass. We do. Fuck out of here.
Bro, I just had that conversation on my other podcast. That shit's hilarious. It's funny. It's a good one. But I don't know. I think the one point I wanted to make about this was that the fact that we keep dividing ourselves to judge somebody who's trying to do something is why we're never going to affect the actual situation that's we trying to do.
I mean, we got to deconstruct what makes us do that. You know what I'm saying? We don't trust anything.
What makes us do that?
I don't trust anything.
But
it's some I have to believe in something to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what I do choose to believe in is just the fact that there is some good out there. So I'm gonna rock with the person who's been showing me that he rocks with me. You know what I'm saying?
Here's a question: does anybody here?
It's
Anybody here bank
it's
black?
fair to say that the reason everyone at this table are quick, I believe, are quick to research before
Facts.
passing judgment.
Yep.
No one wants to research anything. So research
Right.
with majority of people, and it's not just black people, this is Americans
Everybody.
for the most part. You know what I mean? Like people in general, they pull their shit from social media. What they seen on their fucking news feed on
Yeah,
Facebook.
we take it as facts.
Everybody at this table will research, well, except T-Money. They,
God damn. This nigga always
but everybody else will try to read and be like, okay, prime example. We didn't agree on what Jay-Z's rep. Like, let me pull y'all. Information is a fucking phone reach away,
You're right.
Right.
but nobody wants to actually dig deeper and see what the true issue is.
So this
Thanks.
my question is: why does anybody at this table bank black?
Okay. Now I was going to.
I don't.
No. The answer is no for me.
The answer's no for me.
And
Definitely not, nigga.
I was going
Why you
to.
say it like that? Lisselle, do you blame black?
I need to hear this.
You
I need to hear
don't.
this
I want you to
definitely.
lie. Say you don't. You don't.
I don't. But I want
Oh, there it is.
I need to hear why this nigga said definitely. I don't.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yo, you said definitely not?
That nigga
I
said
said
definitely. You said definitely don't.
Wow,
No,
you
yeah.
just.
You definitely just said
Speaking
definitely
to the
don't.
mic. Nigga, speaking to the mic. So we can hear.
just from experience, like I seen people like my homeboys who sold drugs. They helped other black people out, like let them stay with them. They kicked after the nigga left. They taking all his shit. Gone.
What that got to do with a bank? A bank, an official bank, banking black.
this nigga
We ain't
T
talking
Money
about
crazy.
bet on black. We talking about banking black. Like, what are you talking about?
I thought y'all
Nigga
said
T Money
that.
No, banking like
nigga,
an
oh, my
official
bad.
bank.
I'm sorry.
Nigga T Money crazy.
All right. So T
No.
Money just assumed.
All right, so I used to bank black because Washington Mutual was black owned. But
Okay.
then they got absolved. They got absolved by Chase. Am I right?
I don't know. When Washington Mutual was out, my mentality wasn't even thinking that way.
I
didn't know
definitely
they
on
was
it.
even a
That
black
was the
bank.
first thing. Yeah, that was the first thing I did. I went in and got a Washington Mutual bank account, and they went with Chase. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Where the fuck was one at? I thought they were just insurance.
They
thought
was
there was one on
everywhere. They
Memorial.
was everywhere. They had one in off of Moreland in the Best Buy complex.
I thought it was one off of Memorial Drive where the
They
sunset
had
used
one
to
off
be
of
turned
Memorial.
into
They had one off of
Washington.
Memorial.
Yeah.
They was everywhere.
Okay.
But then they got absolved by Chase, and I guess Chase was on some we gonna get this black thing going real quick.
Right.
Get these
They
black
pulled
niggas.
me. They pulled me.
And I literally was like, fuck these niggas.